What's up, Miami Heat fans? Happy Tuesday night and welcome into a late edition of the Heat Report by Chat Sports, where we are live here for another Heat game. This one in Sacramento against the Kings. Miami looking for revenge after being blown out at home by the Kings about a month ago. Miami on the second game of a 5-game West Coast road trip. Game one was yesterday against the Warriors. The Heat got blown out in that one by 20 plus. Unfortunately, Jimmy Butler tore his ACL. That was a brutal one to witness. But Miami looking to get a bounce back win today against the Kings. Sacramento comes into this one with an absolute brutal record, 12-31. Miami coming in 22-21, looking to get back 2 games above 500. Heat will be without Tyler Herro again tonight. They will also be without Kel'el Ware as he has a hamstring injury. Picked that up in yesterday's game. So Miami likely going to have Nikola Jovic and Keshad Johnson acting as the backup 5 to Bam Adebayo today. So small ball Heat are going to be in full effect here on this Tuesday game. The Heat travel to Portland for another road game on Thursday before going to Utah on the weekend. A busy week here at the channel, a busy week for the Miami Heat, and hopefully they pull it together and start to play some better basketball here on this road trip, because what I watched last night against the Warriors, that was anything but pretty. Shout out your city for me down in the comments section. I know it's a late night here on the East Coast. It is 8:48 on the Central Time Zone. 9:48 for all of y'all on the East Coast. Like time in the Buckeye in Ohio. Slaying Cat in Boca Raton. Hot Dog in New York saying late night for hoops. Indeed it is. I mean, you guys are troopers. I mean, listen, I stayed up for the game yesterday, as did most of you guys. Disappointing result. Absolutely. Hopefully a different result tonight against a Kings team that has really struggled this year. Miami is 4.5-point favorites in this game tonight. The Kings are without Keegan Murray. They'll be starting Westbrook, DeMar Derozan, Zach LaVine, Precious Achiuwa, and Maxime Raynaud. William is in Miami. Gerald is in Tampa. Stulan in Toronto. Shout out to all the real ones, especially the ones on the East Coast hanging out with us for this game, because it is so late. This game won't finish until after midnight for y'all. So y'all are a legend for coming in and hanging out with us here. How do I feel about Jimmy's injury? I was really sad. I was heartbroken. I tweeted it out in the moment. Damn, not Jimmy with a heartbreak emoji. Despite how poorly the relationship between Miami and Jimmy Butler ended last season, I will always be extremely grateful for Jimmy's time in Miami, taking us to 2 NBA Finals, another trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, Miami was, outside of the teams that won the championship, the most successful team in the Eastern Conference in the 5 to 6 years he was here, from 2019 to 2023. Every time the Heat finished the season with Jimmy Butler on the roster, they were one of the final remaining teams outside of the 1 year they got bounced in the first round against the Bucks. So I feel really bad for Jimmy. I hope he has a speedy recovery. It's not going to be easy being 36 years old, tearing your ACL. I think he's the second oldest player to tear his ACL. I think I saw that stat yesterday on Twitter or this morning. You know who ironically was the oldest player to tear their ACL in the NBA? It'd be Chris Anderson, the Birdman, our friend. So certainly a long road back for Butler. Hopefully he's able to make it very quickly and come back better than ever, because I will always root for Jimmy to succeed in the NBA thanks to what he did for Miami over his tenure with the Miami Heat. All right, we'll continue to talk about today's game, but first we got to tell you about today's sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in on America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it feels good to be right. No big game today for Miami, just a regular season matchup. But with hoops every night, there is an opportunity to cash out, and you could get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 on Prize Picks. There is a great feature I love. It is injury reboots. If one of your players gets hurt in the first half and doesn't return, you will not lose. That player just gets removed from your lineup, and you can continue on and try to cash out. I've got an entry for tonight's game between Miami and Sacramento, as I always do. I'm also taking advantage of the daily special, Taco Tuesday, discounted on Luka Doncic points, down from 31.5 to 24.5. I'm pairing that up with DeMar Derozan, more 19.5 points, and more on Simone Fontecchio, 1.5 three-pointers made, and that's my 3-player entry to win 6 times my money today. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS when you download the Prize Picks app. You can get $50 instantly when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's stream, as always. Shout out your city for me down in the comment section. Where are the real ones watching from? And where are you rocking with? MIA for the Heat, SAC for the Kings. 91% of our live poll rocking with the Heat to win this game. I think the Heat win as well, even without Kel'el Ware, without Tyler Herro. Miami knows this is a game that they need to win against an inferior opponent, especially during a tough 5-game road trip. Can you rebound off the mat, getting blown out last night, and bounce back to have a strong performance today against a team that is not very good at all? I think they will. I think they'll find a way to get a win today. And I think it's going to be off the back of Bam Adebayo, who had he's had a very up and down year. He won Eastern Conference Player of the Week, averaging 28 points per game last week when the Heat went 2-1. He had one of the worst games I've ever seen last night against the Warriors. He went like 1 for 13 or 2 for 15 from the field. It was an absolute train wreck. I think he bounces back. The Kings' front court is absolutely atrocious. No Domantas Sabonis. Maxime Raynaud, the rookie out of Stanford, can't defend. Pressure Achiuwa can't defend. I think Bam is in line for a big game, and I expect him to lead Miami to a victory tonight. I think the captain bounces back with a big-time performance. And I'll be honest, if they struggle and Bam struggles tonight, that's going to be a real big red flag. I thought we were heading in the right direction with last week's 3 games for Bam, but man, if he struggles today against this Kings front court, that's going to be a red flag for me. That's going to be a massive red flag for me. But I do think Miami gets a win today. So I'm rocking with MIA. Yeah, as you point out, listen, a lot of people want to get mad at Bam Adebayo and blame him for the reason why Miami struggles so much. I mean, I don't disagree. When Bam plays bad, the Heat are going to be bad. That's why he's such an important player. That's why he's such an important player, man. Such an important player. Hopefully he has a bounce-back game today. Going to need him to, that's for sure. Going to need him to, that's for sure. All right, let's continue talking about today's game here. But before we get into more, make sure you have hit that thumbs-up icon. Listen, it's late, I know, but hey, it's late for me as well. So let's get that like number up here. We got 70 people in the building waiting for this game to get tipped off. If you want the Heat to win today, like the video. Like the video. Like the stream. Let's get to 35 likes. We're at 28. Can we get 7 likes right now? Let's get to 35. We get to 35 likes, and I'll feel pretty good about the Heat getting a big win today. Wouldn't say a big win, but say an important win. How about that? An important win. Is Jaime back here? Jaime played yesterday. He was atrocious. I mean, the Heat got some real bad performances yesterday. Bam was awful last night. Jaime Jaquez Jr. was horrendous last night. I think Andrew Wiggins played the best on Miami yesterday. I thought he played well in his return game to Golden State. First time being back there since being traded. But But yeah, Bam was bad. Jaime was really bad last night. Hopefully both of them play better today. Jaime's actually notoriously played well against the Kings. Remember, last year in Sacramento, Jaquez had like 30 points, had a go-a shot or game-winning shot late in that fourth quarter. Hopefully he does a little bit of that action tonight. That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm just re-looking at yesterday's box score. I mean, Bam was atrocious. Wiggins was solid. We saw bad moments from Jaquez off the bench. I thought Larsson was fine yesterday. Larsson did a good job of feeding. He had a couple lobs to Kel'el Ware. Ware played relatively good last night as well. I thought he had one of his better games off the bench. Norman Powell, listen, he shot 39% from the field and 29% from three, and they gave 135 points. Just no one was clicking yesterday. No one was clicking. No one was clicking. Russell says it's 1 p.m. in Australia. Perfect timing. Hell yeah. Maybe we'll have our Australian crowd. Listen, what does that mean for our English fellas? If a 7 p.m. game is like 1 a.m. for England, that means it's 4 a.m. So I don't think we'll be seeing our friend Kane Angel today unless he woke up really early for us. I don't know if that'll be the case. 2 likes away from 35. Come on, hit that thumbs up icon here as we're 14 minutes away from getting tipped off in Sacramento. Heat keeping me up late here on a Tuesday night. Better get a win. Better get a win against a team that is not very good. It is not very good. I mean, listen, Bam was horrible last night, Allen, but I'm not going to say it's because he was on the court with Jimmy. Bam dominated Jimmy last year, or both times the Heat and Warriors have played at home since Jimmy got traded. Bam's dominated him. So yesterday was the first time that Bam played bad against Jimmy since the trade. So that's definitely not the reason. He just had a bad game, which I hope isn't going to be sign of things to come, because I thought we were having a nice little turnaround after last week's performance where he literally won Eastern Conference Player of the Week. That's how good Bam was last week against the Kings, Celtics, and Thunder. So hopefully he can get back to that. Macbon, you're such a clown, dude. I'm like so close to banning you. I really am. I've said it 10 times today that Bam was absolutely atrocious today. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Because I'm sick of your shit. I really am. And I don't really need you to watch our stuff. Like, we can have a real conversation if you want to, but you're just a clown, dude. You just are. I've held him accountable all day today. Just calling his performance yesterday atrocious. He's the worst player on the team yesterday. You're a clown. Let me know what you think the score of tonight's game is. Predict the score. 89% people rocking with the Heat. I'm rocking with the Heat. I don't know what my score prediction is yet, though. I think I'm going Heat win 117-110. 117-110. That's my score prediction. 117-110 Heat. No, I'm not sensitive about Bam. You're just a fucking loser, dude. You are. No matter what I say, you always try to find a way to say I'm defending him. Even when I say he was the worst player on the team. Oh, you're so sensitive about him. No, you're just annoying. Sulan says Rolly would not, but would you trade Rolly not? Would you, but would the Heat trade Bam for Shea? Yes. Shea's a top 3 player in the planet. He's probably number 2 behind Jokic. He's number 2 behind Jokic at this point. I think there's a lot of, I don't think the list is very long based on how Pat Riley and Erik Spoelstra feel about Bam, but Shea's absolutely on the list. 121-100 Heat. Christopher says 122 Heat, 95 Sacramento. I don't know if the Heat get a blowout win. I don't know if they're capable of doing that. I don't know if they're capable of doing that, to be honest. Will Jimmy ever be close to the player we knew him to be again? I mean, his game doesn't really rely on athleticism. Jimmy doesn't realize need the athletic ability to blow by, and in today's with modern medicine, I think he'll be able to return fine. He's not going to be able to be the best player on a championship winning team, but we've already known that. We've already known that. Kel'el Ware's out today, so unable to start Kel'el. He's not playing with a hamstring injury. So looks like we'll see Nikola Jovic and Keshad Johnson, small ball 5 minutes. Awesome. That's going to be just great stuff. I'm glad that we're going to see Keshad Johnson and Nikola Jovic, small ball 5. I've always said Heat needed a third big. I would have kept Precious Achiuwa. Would have been a really nice third big for Miami. Heat on a 4-game road losing streak. I didn't know that. And their average point differential in those 4 losses is 21.8. Oh, boy. What's up, Apachito? Heat starting the same lineup as they did last night. Bam. Pelle Larsson. Andrew Wiggins. Davion Mitchell. Norman Powell. Kings, they've won 4 of their last 5. Despite being a bad team this year, they beat the Rockets, they beat the Lakers, the Knicks, the Wizards, and then lost to the Blazers. They did lose their last game, but they were on a 4-game winning streak, and 3 of those teams, all teams with a playoff record. So this Kings team certainly is capable of playing well, as we know, as they came into Miami and beat us by 20 on December 6th. What's up, Maddie? Zach LaVine went nuclear that day, had 40 points. Hopefully Miami's going to keep him in check today. They're going to need to, that's for sure. That's for sure. I'll tell you this, folks. I don't know if the Heat are going to trade for Ja. That feels like that ship might have sailed, but we'll see. Sounds like the Heat are only willing to offer Rozier and Fontecchio, and that's it. They're only going to offer expiring contracts. We'll see if that changes or not, but doesn't seem like the Heat are going to jeopardize any future assets to trade for Ja. You can debate if that's the right or wrong decision, but that's kind of where things are heading with Miami and Ja Morant. Today's Super Chat menu, if you are just joining us here, $5, we spin the wheel. $10, I'm doing 10 push-ups. $20, getting you in the Heat Report Hall of Fame, and we do a beer bong. Listen, late night Heat basketball. Could we have some late night fun? Never know. Yeah, Sulam, the Heat aren't even offering Jovic. They're holding on to all their future assets to potentially trade for Giannis, whether it's before the deadline or in the offseason. So, well, who knows? I don't like it, but that's what the plan is. Heat are addicted to just sitting around waiting for Giannis. We'll see if it pays off for him. Champ was at the game last night. And that's not going to be fun if you're rooting for the Heat. Tonight, actually, is Kel'el Ware's first missed game of the season. I didn't even realize that. First missed game of the year for Ware. Guess that checks out. 43 games. Heat are 22 and 21. We're going to need last week Bam back to win tonight. Last week, he averaged 27, 8 boards, shot 56% from 3. He got Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He was bad last night. Need him to be better. Should have an opportunity to play well against the Kings tonight, whose front court, Maxime Raynaud and Achiuwa, two bad defenders. Two bad defenders. That is the Super Chat. And then you will see if we get a Super Chat before the game tips off. But we got to continue to get those like numbers up, folks. If you want the Heat to win, hit that like button. Come on. Don't jinx it. No reason not to. Let's get the likes up. We got over 123 people watching, 44 likes. Let's get to 55 before the game tips off. We're 5 minutes away. We're 5 minutes away. Mac Mont actually answered that. I looked it up. I was curious. Kel'el Ware, 43 games played. The only player to play in every game for Miami, or at least be active for every game, Dru Smith. 43 games played for Mr. Dru Smith. So Kel'el Ware and Dru Smith, only two players to play in every game, but that changes today, obviously. I didn't think Dru Smith played in every game, but I guess he has. Listed as 43 games played for Miami. I wouldn't have expected that. Would not have expected that. If you're just joining, I will read off the starting lineups for each teams once again. For the Heat, we're going with Bam Adebayo, Pelle Larsson, Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell, and Davion Mitchell. That five started last week. Tyler Herro out, likely for an extended period of time with that rib injury. I mean, I don't know what happened, but Tyler Herro just seems to be made out of glass right now. He just can't stay on the court. It's incredibly disappointing for Miami and Tyler, who's obviously seeking a contract extension within the next 8-9 months. But he's going to be out for an extended period of time. He did not travel on this road trip. No Kel'el Ware tonight for Miami. So off the bench, expect to see a lot of Nikola Jovic, Kasparas Jakucionis, Jaime Jaquez Jr. We'll see Dru Smith as well. Probably, and Simone Fontecchio will absolutely get a lot of minutes tonight too. So for the Kings, they're starting Maxime Raynaud, our good old friend Precious Achiuwa, DeMar DeRozan, Russell Westbrook, and Zach LaVine. LaVine went for 42 in Miami on December 6th. It's the second most points by a player against the Heat this year. The only player to score more against Miami, Jalen Brunson, having 47 in one of those Heat-Knicks matchups. So hopefully Miami bounces back and defends much better against LaVine today. First Super Chat of the day. Shout out to Mr. Gio. What's up, Rolly? Yeah, no, listen, I said it. Bam played absolutely abysmal last night. I think it might be the worst game I've ever seen him play. And it's not good enough. It's not acceptable. It isn't. Star players even have bad. Yeah, it's just bad, Mr. Gio. It can't happen again. Like, that's why I don't like you guys make it seem like he could do no wrong, in my opinion. I say all the time when he's bad, he's bad. I don't get what you guys want me to say. He's bad. I call him atrocious last night, and you guys still aren't happy. I don't get it. He was horrible. But we're about to get ready to rock. Starting lineups just took the floor. So it's time to play some basketball here late on a Tuesday night. Hopefully Miami's going to get a win. As we're about to get tipped off here, make sure you do get your votes in. Who wins? MIA for the Heat, SAC for the Kings. Good viewership here to start this game late. 150 people watching. Shout out to everybody in the building. We're off and running. Miami wins the tip. They're wearing their all white. Sacramento wearing their all blacks. Pelle Larsson guarded by Zach LaVine on the right wing. They dump it to Bam. Bam has an advantage over Maxime Raynaud. The rookie from Stanford is not a good defender. Bam immediately attacks, goes up and under, and he picks up right where he left off last night, missing a layup. 7-footer from Stanford's talented, but he is not that good of a defender. Russell Westbrook pick and roll with Achiuwa. Dumps it inside, but it's stolen away by Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell had about 2 or 3 steals last night. His offense has been very hit or miss this season, but you can't doubt his defense. Mitchell all over the place. Is Domantas Sabonis actually active and he just comes off the bench? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the Kings at all. Davion Mitchell defended by Russ. Elbow jumper. Davion, it rims in and out. So he 0 for 2 from the field to start this one. Wiggins guarding DeMar Derozan. Norman Powell guarding Zach LaVine. Larsson on Achiuwa. DeRozan's got it at the top of the key. They're trying to set up LaVine. They get it to him. LaVine in the mid-range. Step back 2. It goes over Powell. And that's how tonight's scoring gets started in Sacramento. Wiggins picks up his dribble. Not smart there. Now over to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell attacks pressure Achiuwa. Kicks it to Bam. Bam drives from the corner. Gets inside in the paint. Kicks to the corner for Davion. Davion baseline. Back to Bam. Adebayo flips it up, but can't get it to go. So now Bam, 1 for his last 15 shooting. Awesome. DeRozan backing down Powell on the other end. Out to Westbrook for 3. That's too strong. Live with Russ 3s every day of the week. Wiggins with the board. He'll bring it up. Now attacks. Gets inside. Stripped. The ball goes right to Larsson, who finds Mitchell. Wide open 3. Kaboom! And the Heat jump out to their first lead of the night, thanks to Donovan. Davion Mitchell 3. Davion defending Westbrook. Now LaVine off of a curl. His mid-range shot does not fall. Adebayo tracks down the rebound. Outlets to Norman Powell. Powell with a step-up 3. Splashes it home. Powell must have been feeling good in warm-ups because that was from downtown. My goodness, what a shot, Norman Powell. Heat up 6-2. DeRozan, spinning jump shot. No. Bam with the board. He'll bring it up for Miami. Now he attacks. Kicks to Larsson. Larsson dives inside. Euro step layup. And it's an 8-0 run for Miami. And they go up 6. Heat getting out and pushing the pace. Sacramento, not a good defensive team. DeRozan driving, attacking, double team, drops it inside to the rookie Raynaud. Can't knock it home, but ball goes out of bounds off Miami, and it will stay with Sacramento on the baseline. Westbrook going inbound, gets it to DeRozan, driving baseline, floater, airball, DeMar Derozan. Rebound Miami. Here comes Norman Powell. Right wing 3. He's feeling it early, and it rattles in and out. You tell he's feeling it. He's taking heat checks. Kings in transition. Raynaud to the rim for the bucket. And the rookie from Stanford gets on the board for the first time tonight. Wiggins looking for an answer. Cut off by DeRozan and resets. Norman Powell turnover. Stepped out of bounds. Norman Powell's got some big-ass feet because he steps out of bounds a lot. Russell Westbrook crossing the timeline for Sacramento 4 minutes into this first quarter. Raynaud on the perimeter. He could shoot it. Can't give him any space. DeRozan inside. Good defense by Powell. Forces a reset out to Westbrook. 4 on the shot clock. Russ inside. Pocket pass to Raynaud. 1 on the shot clock. Running hook. Rejected by Adebayo. Larsson out and running to Wiggins. Wiggins to the rim. Lays it up and in. Defense to offense. Perfectly scripted for Miami. Back up 6. That's a really good fast break there for the Heat. And LaVine just gets right by Pelle Larsson for an up and under layup. Miami wasting no time pushing the other end. Wiggins to the corner for Norman Powell. Powell loses the handle, but it falls right to Larsson. Bam now attacks inside of the rim. Hits the deck and can't finish. Wants a foul, no call. Sacramento has numbers, but Westbrook turns it over. Heat ahead of the pack. Bam, Adebayo slams it home in transition. Bam's furious that no call on that last offensive possession. He wanted a foul, but the frenetic sequence favors Miami as he gets an easy transition dunk. Heat lead by 6. They've led by 6 3 different times in this first quarter. Westbrook with a 3. That's way short. Davion Mitchell with the rebound. Outlet ahead to Larsson. Larsson lays it up and in. Heat up 8. Timeout Sacramento. Miami's defense just absolutely suffocating right now. And the Kings need to call timeout and talk things over here early on a Tuesday night in Sacktown. Kings need a TO. Spam those fireball emojis. Good start for Miami. Hopefully this continues throughout the night. Spam those fireballs. Get the chat hot in here. Dolphins Heat fan Theodore. Miami's defense has been absolutely dominant so far, forcing a couple turnovers. A big rejection inside by Bam. Forcing Russell Westbrook to take threes, which is always a recipe for success. Trini, Mr. Gio, Hot Dog, Nick, all spamming those fireball emojis. Love to see it early on in this one. Beautiful to see. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. First timeout of the game. It allows us to do our first wheel spin of the day. Thanks to Mr. Gio's $5 super chat. Every $5 super chat is a wheel spin tonight. Well, the wheel is just, the wheel is fair. You see on the wheel, there's tequila shots, 50% off, Hall of Fame spot, push-ups, beer bong. Well, unfortunately, the wheel favors me here on this one as we get a follow on Twitter. I'll say this, folks. If you haven't already, go give me a follow on Twitter. My handle, Nick_Roloff, talking Heat basketball every single day. Anybody who gives me a follow right now, getting a shout out on the live show. The link is in the live chat. Go give me a follow if you haven't already. But you look at the team stats so far in this one, folks. Heat holding the Kings to 30% shooting from the field, 3 of 10, and already forcing 2 turnovers. Miami shooting above 50%. Bam gets a dunk at the rim. Wiggins layup at the rim in transition. Larsson layup at the rim in transition. Miami getting easy looks offensively because they're able to get out with getting stops and turnovers. Got to keep that going. Got to keep that going. The Heat started this game 0 for 3 for shooting. Ever since, 6 for 8 from the field. Love to see it. Bam subs out early, so we'll have a change here. Jaquez in with Jovic as well, as Domantas Sabonis checks in off the bench for the Kings. So I guess he is coming off the bench. Talk about a fall from grace. Westbrook inside, throws it away. Another turnover. Third of the game for the Kings. Nikola Jovic playing that small ball 5. Larsson out as well. Powell, pull up deep 2. Wanted the foul on the reach in, doesn't get it. Precious Achiuwa with the defense. Westbrook attacking, gets to the left hand and scoops it up and in. Just got to contain the dribble drive better than that. Heat pushing the pace. Jovic to the rim. He can't finish. Jaquez is there for the tap-in layup. Jaime attacking on the offensive glass. I wonder if they try to post up Sabonis a lot here with him having the size advantage physically wise over Jovic. Missed three in the corner by DeRozan. Heat rebound. They're pushing. Wiggins, corner three. It didn't go in, but it won't count anyway because reach and foul on Sacramento, grabbing Davion Mitchell as he was speeding up the middle of the floor like a bullet. Dennis Schroeder will check in. Russell Westbrook heads to the bench. Also got Nick Clifford into the game. I'm a big Nick Clifford guy. I would have liked Miami to take him in the draft. I was a big Nick Clifford guy. He just does everything well, rookie out of Colorado State. Very happy with Kasparas Jakucionis. I think he's going to develop into something nice for the Heat if they end up keeping him. But I like Clifford a lot. Schroeder over to Sabonis. Sabonis facing up. Handoff LaVine. LaVine kicks to the corner. There is the rookie Clifford for three. And on cue, he bottoms it. His first minute, nets a bucket. Wiggins drives on LaVine. Gets it back after getting cut off. Kicks to the corner. Jovic open three. No good. Ball loose. Miami gets the rebound, but they're going to whistle LaVine for a foul, grabbing Andrew Wiggins' arm. Miami attacking the glass early. Major, Cat is not a good player. I hope you know that. Don't box score watch with Cat. He's not good, dude. He doesn't defend. He is a losing player. Powell, left wing three. Another triple for Norman Powell. And the Heat go back up by 8. 6 points for Powell now. 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. LaVine drops it off to Sabonis. Gets it back. Swings it to Clifford. Clifford inside. Euro step. Swings back out to LaVine. Open three. And the UCLA guard bottoms a three. There's Clifford just attacking the weak spots in the defense and kicking it out. There's Wiggins dribbling it out of bounds. God, Andrew Wiggins, I like him sometimes. I don't like him sometimes. There's no one with a weaker handle in the NBA than Andrew Wiggins, I'm convinced. Dennis Schroeder, pocket pass, Sabonis. He kicks to a cutting Achiuwa. That's a charge. Nikola Jovic takes the charge, and it goes the other way. I mean, Cat stinks. Like, there's no world I want to trade for Cat ever. He's horrible. Cat is a losing basketball player. Kasparas Jakucionis and Simone Fontecchio into the game. Jaquez, Jovic, Powell, Jakucionis, and Simone. Jaquez drives, kicks. There is the rookie Jakucionis, missing the three. Rebound Fontecchio, back out to Jakucionis. He misses again. Fontecchio with another offensive rebound, but misses the layup. Now the Kings out in transition, and Clifford banks it home. That's a tough swing there for Miami, who had 2 really good looks from 3, but the rookie Jakucionis couldn't knock him down. Now Jovic tries a 3. Bottoms that one. Confident stroke from Nico. LaVine drives and is stripped out of bounds by Powell. Good hands there by the veteran. It will stay with the Kings on the baseline. .335 remaining in this first quarter. Heat up 6. Dylan Cardwell checks in. I didn't know the former Auburn Tiger got PT. That's funny, man. He's a physical presence on the glass. Miami's got to be aware of him at all times. On cue, he taps one out after a Nick Clifford miss, but Miami tracks down the loose ball. Norman Powell, guarded by Sabonis. This is barbecue chicken. Norman Powell drives and is fouled. Are they going to say in the act of shooting or on the drive? I mean, that's an easy matchup there. Anytime you get Sabonis on the perimeter defending, you attack him instantly. He cannot play defense at all. Good job there by Powell, sensing that mismatch and going to the rim. And it will be 2 free throws for Norman Powell. Powell makes the first free throw. Heat looking to go back up in front by 8. They just said on the broadcast, Norman Powell is the number 20th scorer in the NBA, averaging 23.8 points per game. Norman Powell is basically doing exactly what Tyler Herro did for Miami last season in terms of scoring. Herro last season was better facilitating. He averaged like 5.5 assists. Powell just around 2 or 3. He's not a good playmaker. Say that. Powell splits the pair, so Heat lead remains at 7. Schroeder pick and roll with Sabonis. Sabonis inside, gets that left hand, and is easily putting it in the bucket. Jovic just can't really defend that. Too small. Jovic the other way, though, has the speed advantage. He kicks over to Powell. Powell, top of the key 3. Bottoms! Again! Powell's third 3 of the first quarter. He's got 10 first quarter points, and the Heat's lead is 8. Schroeder missing inside. Offensive rebound, Sacramento. Sabonis 3. No. Jovic tracks down the rebound. Heat have a chance to take a double-digit lead, largest of the game, with a bucket on this possession. Jovic gets downhill and misses the left-handed layup. Rushed that one. Sacramento out and running. They have a 4-on-5, but get an open look in the corner by Nick Clifford, and he can't hit it. Rebound Miami. If they push, they have numbers. Jaquez to the rim. Kicks to Jovic. Right wing 3. No. Opportunity there for Nico, but couldn't hit. Sacramento now the other way. Sabonis galloping to the rim. Can't knock it down. Offensive rebound for Sacramento, though. And they'll reset with under 2 to go here in the first quarter. Schroeder signed a 3-year, $45 million contract this offseason. Hasn't played well for them this season. But gets to the basket and lays it up with the left hand there. Timeout on the floor. Heat lead by 6 with 1:39 to go in the first quarter. We'll use this opportunity to tell you about our sponsor here on today's stream, and that is Prize Picks. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in on America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it feels good to be right. No big game today for Miami, just a regular season matchup. But with hoops every night, there is an opportunity to cash out, and you can get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 on Prize Picks. There is a great feature I love. It is injury reboots. If one of your players gets hurt in the first half and doesn't return, you will not lose. That player just gets removed from your lineup, and you can continue on and try to cash out. I've got an entry for tonight's game between Miami and Sacramento, as I always do. I'm also taking advantage of the daily special, Taco Tuesday, discounted on Luka Doncic points, down from 31.5 to 24.5. I'm pairing that up with DeMar Derozan, more 19.5 points, and more on Simone Fontecchio, 1.5 3-pointers made. And that's my 3-player entry to win 6 times my money today. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS when you download the Prize Picks app. You can get $50 instantly when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already. 260 people watching. Hit that sub button as we go closer and closer to 27K. I had to get a shout out to Josiah James and All Things Ascendant. Those two gave me a follow on Twitter, and I said I'd give a shout out to anyone who did that. Heat with a strong first quarter, but got to close it out here on a high note and keep this lead where it's at. Heat will have the ball coming out of the timeout. Hey, Major, like, you really think Cat is better than Bam and, like, a more impactful winning player than Bam? Like, you're going to say, like, what has Bam done better than Cat other than defend? What has Cat done better than Bam when it comes to winning basketball? Like, I don't know why you'd want Cat over Bam, considering Cat has been a historical playoff dropper and has never done anything in the postseason. Shout out Rant Guy. What up, Rolling? 98% chance of snow. Yeah, it's supposed to be really cold and snowy this weekend in Dallas. Not a fan. Appreciate you, the Rant Guy, though. Back in action here. He'd have it up 6 with 1:30 to go in the first half. Bam back in. He's matched up with Dylan Cardwell. Double team, kicks out to Jaquez. His right wing three. Good! Jaquez buries the triple. And the Heat have their largest lead of the game at 9. Malik Monk checks in for the first time today. The energetic, athletic scoring guard off the bench. Sabonis trying to back down on Bam. Finds a cutting Nick Clifford who just beat Fontecchio to the rim. Clifford was 7 points early here for Sacramento. Pick and pop, Jakucionis to Jovic. Now over to Jaquez, who spins to the rack and banks it home on the rookie Clifford. Pretty move and footwork there by Jaime, who's now got 7 points off the bench here in the first quarter and the last 5 for Miami. Schroeder, step back 3 over Jakucionis. Air ball. Good defense by the rookie, but it's saved by Cardwell. Out to Monk for 3. That one no good. Another rebound by Cardwell. Kings with a third opportunity. Schroeder baseline drive. And now resets with 5 on the shot clock. Turns it over. Jaquez picks up the loose ball. Jaquez to the rim. Lefty layup. No, but a foul. Good defense by Jakucionis, forcing the loose ball. Jaquez scooped it up and got all the way to the rim, drawing the foul to go to the line for 2. Jaquez misses the first free throw, though. Major, you think Cat's been to 2 finals? Brother, no. Absolutely not. Jaquez splits the pair. It's a 10-point Heat lead. Under 10 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Malik Monk. Over to LaVine. 2 on the shot clock. LaVine at the buzzer. Good. Just had a feeling that was going to go in, man. LaVine is so good at those pull-up 3 situations. That's a tough pill to swallow. Still a good first start for Miami here. Up by 7, 32-25. As you look at some of the stats between Sacramento and Miami here. Heat shooting slightly better. 1 more made shot on the same amount of attempts, but the only difference is the Heat lead by 7 because they have 3 more made threes than the Sacramento Kings. They've also made a couple more free throws than Sacramento. Rebounding battle, the same. How about it? Both have 14 total, 4 offense. Both teams have about the same amount of assists, 5 turnovers to 3 turnovers. I mean, that's the difference. That's how it's a 7-point game. The stats are very similar. The only difference, Miami's made 3 more triples and turned the ball over 2 less times. That will give Miami the 2-point lead. 7-point lead, excuse me. 288 people watching, 70 likes. Let's get to 100 during this timeout. You know what? If we get to 100 likes before the game resumes, I'll take a shot at tequila on the house here. Shot at tequila on the house if we get to 100 likes during this timeout. Let's get to 100 likes. We're at 80, 20 away. I'll take a tequila shot. Late night here on a Tuesday, but we're still grinding. We got the Patron tonight. Major, I can't get over you wanting Cat, dude. He's horrible. You realize the Knicks fans, just go up, look up Cat on Twitter if you have it, and just see what Knicks fans are saying about him. The Knicks want to trade him away. They want to get rid of him because he is not a winning basketball player, because he's bad defensively and wildly inconsistent offensively. The Knicks fans don't want him. Why do you want him? Bam and Ware is way better than Cat and Ware. Cat and Ware's defense inside would be as bad as it gets. See, that's the difference, Major. You just look at the box score. The box score isn't the whole story. You got to watch the games. You got to watch the impact. Myron Gardner getting some PT to start the second quarter here. He put on a little bit of a full court press. Kings having a hard time getting it in. They finally do get it in. And Malik Monk comes streaking up the court and gets to the rim, but misses the layup inside. Good defense by Miami. Here comes the Heat. Jaquez driving on Schroeder. Loses the handle. It's a turnover. And now here comes Sacramento with a 5-on-2. Malik Monk for 3. Good. Can't turn it over in transition. Gives the other team an easy look. Monk's first bucket tonight. Bam drives on the rookie Raynaud, kicks to Fontecchio, open 3, comes up short. Rebound tapped out to Zach LaVine. LaVine goes coast to coast and banks it home. LaVine cooking, and just like that, Miami's lead is down to 2. Adebayo in the corner, driving on Maxime Raynaud, gets to his spot, but misses the hook. And Bam continuing to just absolutely lay a goose egg offensively. And then Zach LaVine, though, turns it over, dribbles it out of bounds. Myron Gardner forcing the turnover. I like his energy. I'll say this. I mean, he had a big-time game against OKC on Saturday. But one thing you can always say, his energy is going to be all the way up. Fontecchio, top of the key triple. Kaboom! Fontecchio lights the candle from deep. Malik Monk probing inside, pulls up from the free throw line and hits the floater. Monk with now 5 points off the bench. Bam driving on the rookie Raynaud. Pump fake. And gets it to Gardner. Gardner to the rim. Gardner up and under layup. And one! Myron Gardner! Getting right by Dylan Cardwell. Absorbs the contact and finishes. How about Gardner? Got whacked right on the head and remained in the air and finished through the contact. He converts the three-point play. 38-32. Oh, did Kasparas Jakucionis get his ankle snatched? I couldn't see. I looked down for 1 second at my computer, and next thing you know, I saw Jakucionis not close to his defender. Myron Gardner's going to try a right wing three. That one's too strong. Rebound Sacramento. Kings down by 4. Monk, guarded by Jaquez. Over to LaVine. LaVine having a strong first half again against the Heat. Over to Schroeder, who gets right by Fontecchio for the easy layup. That's too easy. 4 points now for Schroeder. Jaquez attacks, up and under, loses his footing because he got bumped. Foul on the floor. Bam inside, hits the floater that time. His second score of the game. He's got 4 points. Schroeder almost gets it stolen by Jakucionis. The rookie defends the German. Schroeder, pick and roll pull-up jumper, comes up short. Another good possession defensively by the Rook. Larsson over to Bam. Adebayo trailing 3. Good! Adebayo with 5 straight points, and the Heat back up by 7. And Sacramento calls a timeout. So hopefully the captain for Miami starting to find his shot there. Timeout by the Kings. Spam those fireball emojis. 7-point game. Spam the fireball emojis. Got my guy, Ron Baker, Benny Blanco from the Bronx in the building, baby. What's up? Trenny, Dolphins fan, all spamming those fireball emojis. Get it hot in here, Kings. Can't handle the Heat right now. They need to call timeout. It's too early? Oh, it certainly is too early. But listen, Heat playing well. Hopefully they can continue it. This is a game Miami should win. They're favored on the road, even though they're on the second night of a back-to-back. I mean, not many times in the NBA, folks, are you going to see a team favored on the road in the second night of a back-to-back. That really tells you how either good a team is or how bad the opponent is. And in this case, it's how bad the opponent is because Miami is not good enough to be favored on the road on the second night of a back-to-back against most teams. But Sacramento being 11-32 this year, yeah, that's a team they can be favored on the road against. Or 12-31, excuse me. The reason why Miami's been able to win this game so far, well, they're shooting way better from 3. Kings are 4 of 9, which is actually good shooting, but Miami just 8 of 15. They're both 16 of 33 from the field, but when you're out shooting the team from the free throw line and making more threes, that's going to be the difference. Yeah, my guy Sipe is busy, Ron Brown. He's busy. He's a busy fella. All right, back in action. Heat put on a press again. Jakucionis defending Russell Westbrook, who had a real rough start to this game. 1 for 3 from the field, a couple turnovers. We'll see if he has a better second stint for Sacramento. DeRozan driving, spinning, and hits the dotted line jumper over Myron Gardner. Or is that Pelle Larsson? I actually don't remember who's defending. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Adebayo on a pin down, left wing three. Good again! 8 straight points for Adebayo. Back-to-back triples. And he's finally woken up here. It's about time the captain woke up on this West Coast trip. Sacramento gets a bucket inside after the Heat put on that press and get it beaten again. Bam driving on the rookie Cardwell. Pump fake, loses the handle, and then is knocked to the floor. It's a foul on the Rook from Auburn. Cardwell will sub out. Maxime Raynaud, I believe, checks back in. Davion Mitchell in. No, it's going to be Domantas Sabonis in for the Kings. It'll be side out, not on the baseline. 14 on the shot clock. Larsson gets it. They get it to Bam coming off of a screen. Now over to Fontecchio. His left wing three. Good! Bellissimo! The Italian with his second three of the night. Heat up 9. Heat feeling it from 3. DeRozan spinning. Fouled. He gets 2 free throws. 3 straight triples for Miami. 2 from Bam and 1 from Fontecchio. And we'll tell you about Prize Picks in the next timeout, but that just hit one of my player projections. I had more on Fontecchio 1.5 threes, and he's got 2 now. Let's go, Simone. Now we just need DeRozan to score 20 points and Luka Doncic to score 25. DeRozan's got 2 points. Going to have to get going, DeMar, but he adds to it there with a free throw. He's now got 3. Major says, we're beating a bad team. Don't get too excited. I thought you said we had no chance to win without Kel'el Ware. Which one is it? Both free throws for DeRozan go. 7-point game. Davion Mitchell on the right wing drives. Euro step. Finds a cutting Gardner who banks it home with the left hand. This Myron Gardner having quite the game. 5 points off the bench. DeRozan attacking again. Spinning. Bank shot. Rattles in and out. Rebound. Battled for. That's it over and back. Westbrook just went over the line. And then blows by Wiggins for a layup. He grabbed the ball and walked into the backcourt. How is that not an over or back? Missed call by the officials. Larsson hurt on the other way. Oh, and now we got a little bit of a beef. Oh, boy, here we go. We got some conversation. DeMar Derozan with a hard foul on Larsson, and the captain, Adebayo, I think had some words to say about it. And now DeRozan and Bam are yapping at each other, and the two had to be separated. DeRozan throws a shoulder at Larsson in transition. Bam, and then DeRozan kind of walked over to him and stared him down and said something to him. And then Bam wasn't the biggest fan of that. And then Myron Gardner gets into the mix. And there's a little bit of a discussion. How about it? We got some finger pointing. It's getting scrappy in Sacramento on a Tuesday night. It's getting scrappy. And I think the officials are going to review this for a potential, I guess, hostile act. I don't know. I mean, if they're looking at the DeRozan initial foul, he just gives him a little shoulder. I mean, it's nothing egregious. I don't think anything that happened after the fact would be whistled for a flagrant, maybe a double technical at worst, but I imagine they're just going to keep this a common foul and keep it moving. Don't see Bam get really up and at him with people that often, and especially a guy like DeMar DeRozan, who's one of the more well-respected, liked guys across the association. Still being reviewed. I'm surprised it's taking this so long. Here we go. Here's the call. How about it? DeMar DeRozan received a technical. DeRozan gets a T for escalating the situation. Miami will get one free throw and it'll be side out because of the initial foul. And now DeRozan and Bam are having a conversation at half court and laughing about it as well. So that's all good, I guess. I don't know why Bam is shooting the free throw. Why, I don't know. Is he better than, I guess he's better than Wiggins. Is he better than Davion at the line? I don't know. I wouldn't have Bam shoot this free throw. But he makes it. So I'm proven wrong. I know Norman Powell's on the floor. I knew he wasn't allowed to shoot it because he wasn't on the floor when the technical happened. And now Bam will actually come out. Nikola Jovic subs in and will play that small ball 5 role again. So it's the Heat starting lineup, but with Jovic in for Bam. Adebayo with a good second quarter so far. 9 points in the quarter. He's got 11 for the game. Davion Mitchell driving on Malik Monk. Gives him a bump and could not hit the bank shot. Former teammates in Sacramento. 8-point Heat lead. Westbrook looking to drive on Larsson. Gets to his right hand and scoops it up and in, and then gives Larsson the business afterwards. The Kings just taking turns giving some words to Larsson, I guess. Davion Mitchell has it. He drives, kicks to Jovic. Jovic now drives, backs down on Westbrook, and is fouled, reaching, called on the veteran Russ. It'll be side out. The Heat are in the bonus. So 2 free throws for Nikola Jovic. Jovic misses the first. Man, his struggles continue, dude. His struggles continue. It's a real bummer how much he has struggled this year, dude. Jovic misses both. Heat are 4 of 8 from the line. That might come back and bite him. Can't shoot that poorly from the charity stripe. DeRozan defended by Larsson now. This will be fun. See how this progresses. DeRozan double team. Kicks it out to Westbrook. Swung to LaVine. Wiggins on the rotation. LaVine drive. Kicks. Nick Clifford cut off. 1 on the shot clock. Does he know it? No, he does not. Shot clock violation. That is an excellent, excellent defensive possession by the Miami Heat. Timely double team. Good rotation and good defense. Larsson drives out to Wiggins. His three-pointer. Bang! Wiggins hits a 3 from deep. Timeout Sacramento. 9-point Heat lead. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Let's see if the Heat can continue to build on this strong first about 18 minutes. We'll tell you about our sponsor on today's live show during this timeout. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in on America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it feels good to be right. No big game today for Miami, just a regular season matchup. But with hoops every night, there is an opportunity to cash out, and you can get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 on Prize Picks. There is a great feature I love. It is injury reboots. If one of your players gets hurt in the first half and doesn't return, you will not lose. That player just gets removed from your lineup, and you can continue on and try to cash out. I've got an entry for tonight's game between Miami and Sacramento, as I always do. I'm also taking advantage of the daily special, Taco Tuesday, discounted on Luka Doncic points, down from 31.5 to 24.5. I'm pairing that up with DeMar Derozan, more 19.5 points, and more on Simone Fontecchio, 1.5 3-pointers made. And that's my 3-player entry to win 6 times my money today. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS when you download the Prize Picks app. You can get $50 instantly when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. We're at 100 likes. We just crossed triple digits. Appreciate everybody for hitting that thumbs up icon. Keep on getting it up. Want to show our bosses that even on a late night Heat game in January on a Tuesday, the Heat fans are still appreciating the content and want more live streams. Hit that like button. Wow, that 20th anniversary collection is kind of tough. I might get bought into buying that Shaq and D-Wade photo shirt. That shit's sick. Yeah, I think I just committed I am. I told myself I was going to start saving money. That's not good. That's not good. It still amazes me how close this game is. Like, the field goal attempts and makes is crazy. How similar it is. It's unbelievable. But when you have a couple less turnovers, more free throws and more threes, that's why you're up 9. Kings ball as we come out of the timeout. Yeah, I think that Shaq and Wade shirt's too hard. I think I got to buy that. That's going to be unfortunate for the wallet. Westbrook downhill, drops it off to the rookie Raynaud, who misses the layup inside. Heat with the rebound and chance to take a 2 or double-digit lead. Wiggins, corner 3. No. Good look there for Miami, and Sabonis almost traveled with it, but gets it over to LaVine. LaVine drives inside, stripped by Larsson, but they're going to say he got forearm, and it will be a foul on the floor called on the second-year man out of Arizona. Larsson getting more and more of a role on this Heat team, deservedly so. He's been one of the more impactful Heat players this season. Heat just a better team when he's playing. He does the little things well. He's a hard-nosed player. He gives you a maximum effort, defends. Pelle Larsson looks like a steal from Miami in the second round of the 2024 draft. LaVine misses the 3, and look at Larsson boxes out Sabonis. Powell gets the board. Transition 3. Bottoms up! And the Heat take a 12-point lead. Powell's third three of the game. Heat are 60% from three tonight. Sabonis now inside. Backing down. Left hook shot on Jaquez and one. Sabonis misses the free throw there, so no harm, no foul. 10-point game. Powell feeling it, drives by LaVine, Euro step, kick out, Wiggins open three. It's a three-point party in California. Another three-pointer from the Heat, and the lead is 13. Heat just unconscious from beyond the arc. You hope it never ends. And then now Powell called for a foul, reaching in on DeRozan, and he'll go to the charity stripe. Heat shooting an ungodly percentage from three tonight. You just hope that when they inevitably go cold today, whether it's in the third quarter or fourth quarter, they find the ability to still get points and get easy looks. Because if they're only going to rely on the threes tonight, that's going to be a recipe that might not succeed throughout all four quarters. Jovic goes back to the bench. Adebayo back in to close out this first half. DeRozan almost missed that free throw, but got the friendly roll. Wiggins on the right side, attacks DeRozan, gets 2 feet in the paint, kicks out to Jaquez. Jaquez now drives on the rookie Raynaud, up and under move. Jaquez, stonewalled, throws up a bad shot, no good. Now DeRozan drives to the rim, all the way to the rack, right by Norman Powell. Powell just can't defend. Bam, up ahead to Larsson, though. The Kings don't get back, and the Heat make them pay. Great pitch ahead pass by Bam, and Larsson gets the room service layup. Pellel's got 6 points tonight. DeRozan doubled. It's kicked out to Raynaud in the corner. Pump fake drive and dunk by the rookie. That is a classic Raynaud move. You watch his tape at Stanford. He's got that slow developing jumper, almost like Brook Lopez. Now Bam attacks inside, fouled by Sabonis, and Adebayo will head to the charity stripe for two. Chance to go up back by double digits here. Bam's first free throw attempt gets the roll off the front rim and in. Bam with a strong second quarter. Got off to a real rough start in this one, but has made his last 3 shots, and then the Rolly jinx strikes as he misses the second free throw. So 2 of 3 at the line for Bam tonight. 4 of 8 from the field as he has 12 points for the Heat tonight in this first half. Him and Powell leading the way with 13 and 12 respectively. DeMar DeRozan backing down at the free throw line, doubled over to the rookie Raynaud for 3. He banked it in. Unbelievable. Powell driving on Russ, gets right by him to the rim. I mean, this Kings team, you wonder why they're 12 and 31, is because they can't defend. They have no rim protectors, and they don't defend on the perimeter, and the Kings are actually going to call a timeout. Norman Powell, just easy blow by Russell Westbrook. Nobody's in the paint to protect the rim. Powell says, thank you very much. He's got a game-high 15 points. Timeout on the floor. Heat up by 9, like the start tonight for the Heat. I mean, just got to continue to play hard. They're shooting extremely well from three, but you can't rely on the three-point shot and the three-point shot only. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but got to make sure you're still doing the right things like Powell just did, attacking the rim, putting pressure, and then getting good looks there, because that will then collapse the defense, allow you to kick it out, get the defense in rotation for open looks. Who you guys got tonight? 381 people watching. Do you guys got the Heat or Kings winning? Heat up obviously by 9 with 2 minutes to go in the first half, but who you got? People still rocking about Miami. Major, that's one of the rare times that a trade target you mentioned actually does make sense. Yves Missi, I like him a lot. Second-year center out of Baylor, 2024 draft class. He's kind of fallen out of the rotation in New Orleans with Derek Queen's ascension. If they would want to trade him, I would take him. I don't know what they would trade him away for, but he's a good buy low young center candidate for sure. Missed 3 by Malik Monk. Good rebound by Adebayo. He have a chance to go back up by 10 or more with 2 minutes to go here. Larsson, guarded by Dennis Schroeder, backing his way inside, and then just elevates for the floater. Larsson with a real good first half. He's got 8. Westbrook gets inside, draws a foul, and will go to the line. Jaquez with the foul. Yusuf Nurkic triple-double? Unbelievable. Kings are now in the bonus for the final 2 minutes of this first half as Westbrook misses the free throw. And Davion Mitchell checks in for Larsson. Larsson picked up his 3rd foul. He's had an unbelievable game so far. 8 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and hasn't missed a shot. Westbrook makes the 2nd, and the lead is 10. Bam. Over to Jaquez. Now Davion. Mitchell attacks Malik Monk. It's worked around to Jaquez again. Jaime backing down on Westbrook. Rises, and the veteran Russ is going to be hit with a reach-in foul. So the Heat go right at the veteran point guard and draw yet another foul, and Jaquez caught him with his hand in the cookie jar. Jaime makes the first free throw. Heat's free throw shooting has been really bad today, so good to see that one go in. And on cue, he misses the 2nd. But bam! Tips the offensive rebound out to Mitchell for 3. Good! Oh, a 4-point possession, and the Heat up 14. 6 points for Davion, his 2nd 3. Westbrook fouled by Jaquez inside, and he'll go to the line. A lot of fouls in this game. Ooh, late night tip getting to me. Get a yawn out of your boy. 10:10 Central Time, 11:10 Eastern Time. Westbrook makes the free throw. Finish this half strong, and let's go into the break up by double digits on the road. Heat led by 7 after quarter number 1. Lead by 12 with 1:12 to go in this second quarter. Kings put on a little bit of a press and now drop out into a zone. And they are miscombobulated. Wiggins gets inside and is fouled on the reach-in. I mean, the Kings are hacks. Kings are fouling like crazy. And it's going to be 2 more free throws coming for Miami. That's 13 fouls on the Kings in this game. Just unable to defend, and because of that, they are forced to foul. Wiggins makes the first free throw. The Kings have a really solid offense, right? They have LaVine, they have DeRozan, they got Malik Monk, Russell Westbrook's been fine, but they got Sabonis, but their issue has been all year long their inability to defend. They've got a high-level offense, but they play no defense. And the Heat are making it pay and showcasing it here. Back up 14 with under a minute to go. DeRozan working on Jaquez, top of the key. Spinning right to the left hand. They're just taking turns on Jaime right now. I got to be honest, Jaquez is getting abused defensively tonight. 12-point game, 40 seconds to go. Bam in the corner. Resets out to Davion. Davion sidestep 3. That one can't fall. Sacramento grabs the board. Kings and Westbrook up and running. Westbrook gets to the rim. That's bad defense right there. Can't happen. Bam gambled, got up on him, and Russ gets all the way to the rim. Shot clock turned off. Heat up 10. So Heat with a chance to extend this 10-point lead, but will take a double-digit lead into the break, which is always welcomed on the road. Powell gets a screen from Bam, 5 on the clock. Powell turns the corner to the corner for Wiggins. His three-pointer. Good! Monk at the half. Doesn't go. And that will be the end of the first half. Heat lead by 13. Andrew Wiggins caught fire there with 8 points in the final 4 minutes of the second quarter. And the Heat will be up 77-64 at the break. Strong offensive half for Miami. Grade the Heat's performance so far. A, B, C, D, or F. Keontae George has a 40 bomb. Keontae George has 40, and Yusuf Nurkic has a triple-double. What's going on? Mr. Geo A, Kane A, Major B, B plus from Ron Brown. Ron Brown. Where's Ware? Out tonight with a hamstring injury. BB says A. Hot Dog says A. Ware is celebrating the national championship. Listen, the Heat were still playing when Indiana won the national championship last night. Terrence is either giving up too many points. I mean, I get it. The defense hasn't been great, but you also are playing one of the more high-powered offenses. I alluded to it. I mean, the Kings, just because they're not good, doesn't mean they can't score the basketball. They are as good offensively as you will find in the NBA. The issue that they have, and the reason why they're 20 games under 500, is they don't defend. Yves Misi, $4 million. You can trade Jaquez. He makes $4 million. Obviously wouldn't do that. Jovic makes $4 million before getting that pay bump up to 15 next year. Poison pill. So it's a tough little match there where you're matching the $4 million, right now, but they're on the hook for $15 million per year after this season. You can trade to match salary. I said Jovic, Jaquez, Ware. Obviously, they probably wouldn't do that. So those are the guys that make around that same amount. You could also trade Larsson, but I don't think Miami would do that. I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't trade Larsson for Yves. I like Yves. I just don't know what I would trade for him. Like, I'm not sending a first-round pick for him. Like, I don't know how low is his stock right now in the eyes of the Pelicans. Are they giving him up for, like, second-round picks? If so, let's get on the phone. Like, it's tough to gauge, right? But let's look at some first-half stats in this game here. Start with the leading scorer for Miami tonight, and that is no one other than Norman Powell. Powell with 15 points. He's been incredibly efficient from the field tonight. I mean, look at those numbers, man. A couple turnovers in the first quarter, but you can live with those when you're shooting 5 of 7 from the field and 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. Powell just doing whatever he wants with this Kings defense, which is no surprise. As I've mentioned it, they are one of the worst defensive teams in the entire NBA. He's been extremely good. Bam Adebayo having a good bounce-back half after the disaster in Golden State last night. Got off to a rough start. I mean, Bam started off the game real poorly, but in that second quarter, he had 10 points. He had 2 triples. He had 8 straight points for Miami at one point. He has got 5 assists and 3 rebounds as well. After a bad first 6 minutes in this game by Adebayo, he's been really good since then, which is good to see him bouncing back after last night's disaster. Andrew Wiggins has been really bad as well, or bad, good. 13 points. He had about 8 points there late in that second quarter. So I like what I'm seeing from Andrew Wiggins. He's been really good tonight. He's had a real good stretch of games here for Miami, which is real positive. He struggled in that game against the Suns last Tuesday, but he's been good in the last 3 or 4. Pelle Larsson's also been really, really good. 8 points, 8 assists. He hasn't missed a shot. How about Pelle Larsson giving you good minutes tonight? How about it? Love what I've seen from Pelle. He's been awesome as a starter, man. He has just been absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. If you haven't already, this is our Super Chat menu for tonight as we went through some of the stats for the Miami in the first half. Oops. Hey, we just got some MLB news. Wow, my Mets just traded for Luis Robert Jr., center fielder from the White Sox. Yeah. My Mets just traded for Luis Robert. How about it? $290 people still in the building. Hang with us here as we will get the second half underway in about 5-6 minutes, I think. Oh, man. Can't believe the Mets just traded for Luis Robert. That's crazy. But what a good first half for the Heat, up 13. Wiggins played well. I mean, literally everybody played well, right? The only player struggling today, Jovic. Like, Bam's had a good first half. Powell, Wiggins. Absolutely not. Lindor is off limits. That's my captain. No Lindor for you. I think we're close to getting the second half underway, which thank goodness, because I'm getting tired. I think the clock says 3 minutes. I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, Herro, glass and bone. Like, it's unfortunate that he just misses so much time, man. It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Con Kneppel, God, he's been so good for Charlotte. Player of the month or rookie of the month in December. Cooper Flag, he's been really good too, man. Been a real good rookie class so far. Yeah, Hero's always hurt. I like Hero a lot, but like, man, it's really disappointing. Think we're close to getting the second half started. Hope so. If y'all want to get on the show, Super Chat's the way to do that. Hopefully the Heat can continue to play well here offensively. Trade Herro for Trey Murphy. Oh, certainly would need to trade more alongside Herro. The Pelicans would not take that straight up. Second half, close to getting underway. I feel like there's a long halftime for some reason. Maybe it's just because I want the game to get going because I'm ready to get rolling here. I really enjoy watching Pelle Larsson hoops, man. I really do. I am here for Pelle Larsson hoops. 8 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds, and he didn't miss a shot. He made 15 threes in that half, tied for third most in any half in Heat history. First half, second half, doesn't matter. Tied for third. Not going to do it again in all likelihood, so got to find another way to drum up easy looks offensively. All right, here we go. Second half finally starting. I was unaware that Norman Powell is a Skechers athlete. I just think I saw him wearing Skechers shoes. I did not see that coming. All right, here we go. Kings start with the ball. Precious Achiuwa started that game. We didn't see him really outside of that at all. Russell Westbrook drives on Davion Mitchell and turns it over. So the Kings offense starts right where they left off. In transition, the Kings pick up Miami nicely so that he get into their half-court offense. Davion Mitchell attacking Achiuwa. Resets it outside to Powell. Powell fouled on the floor by Zach LaVine. The Kings fouled Miami 13 times in that first half. And the second half picks up right where they left off, turning it over and then fouling Miami on the other end. Bam driving on Maxime Raynaud. Step back free throw line. Jumper rattles halfway down and out. Achiuwa now attacks on the other end and is fouled. These officials, I tell you what, I think most of them are fouls, but there has been a lot of whistles tonight, folks. A lot of whistles. Well, the Heat are going to challenge it. Miami is going to challenge this foul call on Andrew Wiggins, Erik Spoelstra and company, thinking this one could get overturned. So with that being said, we're going to tell you about our sponsor for the first time this second half during this timeout. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in on America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it feels good to be right. No big game today for Miami, just the regular season matchup. But with hoops every night, there is an opportunity to cash out, and you could get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 on Prize Picks. There is a great feature I love. It is injury reboots. If one of your players gets hurt in the first half and doesn't return, you will not lose. That player just gets removed from your lineup, and you can continue on and try to cash out. I've got an entry for tonight's game between Miami and Sacramento, as I always do. I'm also taking advantage of the daily special, Taco Tuesday, discounted on Luka Doncic points, down from 31.5 to 24.5. I'm pairing that up with DeMar Derozan, more 19.5 points, and more on Simone Fontecchio, 1.5 three-pointers made. And that's my three-player entry to win 6 times my money today. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS when you download the PrizePicks app. You can get $50 instantly when you play your first $5. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Appreciate PrizePicks. In a good spot. I mean, I need DeRozan to score 20. He's got 10. Fontecchio already hit 2 threes, and I'm pretty sure Luka was cooking. I haven't checked what he's at tonight. Second half just started in that game. Doncic has 23. So I need Doncic to not literally just go scoreless in the second half, and I need 10 more DeRozan points, and we're cashing in on our prize picks today, baby. Will this be a overturned call in favor of Miami? Let's find out. A successful Heat challenge. Andrew Wiggins got all ball, and because he stole it away right away, it will be overturned, and it will be Heat basketball. Miami retains their challenge. Good defensive play by Andrew Wiggins in transition, and good on the Heat coaching staff to recognize it and get the overturned call on the challenge. So the Heat lead by 13 as we approach a minute into the second half. Bam Adebayo gets it, drives baseline, and Maxime Raynaud cut off, double-teamed, drops it off to Norman Powell, and he turns it over. Norman just dropped the ball. Now Achiuwa goes coast to coast and lays it up and in. That's a tough swing right there for Miami. Powell now drives, doubled, turnaround jumper, no good. Rough sequence there for Powell, forcing that turnaround jumper after turning the ball over a possession ago. DeRozan now attacks, spins, kicks. Westbrook, no hesitation, 3. It rattles in and out. Adebayo tracks the board down. Brings it up. Kicks to Powell, who's trailing. Powell drives on Achiuwa. Doubled out to Adebayo for a corner 3. That one comes up short. Rebound Achiuwa. He's in transition again. And drops it off to Westbrook, and the Kings reset. LaVine, baseline drive. It's worked around the perimeter. Finds Westbrook for another 3-point attempt, and that one goes. And Russ finally cashes in from deep. And it's a 5-0 run for the Kings to start this second half. Wiggins driving to the middle of the floor and throws it away. Achiuwa with the steal. Sloppy Heat basketball here. Achiuwa missing the layup inside. Heat get away with one. They have 4-on-3 the other way. Davion to the rim. Lobbing for a bam! Slam! Heat fortuitous there that a missed layup occurred on the other end. They get a bucket, but then Davion Mitchell reaches in on LaVine, and it will be a foul on Miami. It'll be baseline for... Oh, they're giving LaVine free throws? I don't know if I agree with that. And you know what they say, folks? BDL. Ball don't lie. Miss free throw. Spam the BDLs in the chat. Spam them. LaVine makes the second. Norman Powell, crossover, pretty move, Euro step floater, and he missed it. Come up short. Rough second half here for Norman Powell. And now no one picks up DeMar Derozan. He drives inside, and Larsson is the man that steps up and commits a foul. That's the fourth foul on Pelle Larsson, and he's going to have to take an early seat on the bench. Norman Powell continuing to struggle here in the second half. A turnover, 3 missed shots. Still up by 8. Now 7. Jaquez in for Larsson, who takes a seat with the 4 fouls. Andrew Wiggins drives baseline, cut off, and it's reset outside. Mitchell now drives, kicks, bam, corner 3. Good! Bam's third 3 of the night. And he's got 17 points. Who's guarding Achiuwa on the other end? No one. Easy layup inside. What are we doing here? Got to be better defensively. Davion Mitchell drives on LaVine. Drop off to Powell. His free throw line jumper. No. And that rough second half start for Powell continues. But Russell Westbrook throws it away again. Westbrook really having a rough game. I didn't realize he's got, well, I guess tough game in terms of keeping care of the basketball. Bam! Shimmy shake, fade away in the post. Adebayo feeling a little bit here. And the Heat are back up by double digits. Adebayo with a game-high 19 points. He's got the last 7 for the Heat. LaVine the other way hits a floater. Powell in the corner. Drops it inside the Jaquez. Out to Mitchell. Swung. One more. Bam. Another Adebayo triple. He's got 20. 11-point lead. Timeout Sacramento. Adebayo leading the charge here in the second half. That is 8 straight points for Bam. Excuse me, make it 10 straight points for Bam. 2 threes, the alley-oop dunk, and the shimmy shake fadeaway. Timeout Sacramento. Heat, even though they started sloppy, picking it up. The Kings need a timeout. Spam those fireball emojis. Spam those fireball emojis. We got Kane, Theodore, Montana. UF, spamming those fireball emojis. Amber Stone spamming those fireball emojis. Hopefully Miami keeps it rolling. Bam was cooking, and he was talking to someone on the Kings bench. I'm willing to bet it's Malik Monk, his good friend and former college teammate. It's kind of crazy. Bam shooting 8 of 14 tonight, 4 of 5 from 3, and his 6 misses are all in the paint. He's been more efficient shooting from beyond the arc. And there must have been a technical during the timeout because the Heat just had a technical free throw from Norman Powell go in, so the lead is now 12. DeMar Derozan, guard by Wiggins at the free throw line. Good defense. Forces a kick out to Westbrook, who bricks a 3. Great defense. Wiggins now attacks the rookie Nick Clifford, backing him down on the left side. Spins to the left hand. A savvy veteran move, and the Heat's lead is to 14. 90-76. Miami in line here to get 140 points tonight. Sabonis on the block. Left fadeaway. Bam with the defense and the rebound. Heat looking to extend their lead. Jaquez, left wing 3. Comes up short. Miami's never led larger than 14. The second time they've reached this number today. Westbrook attacks Bam inside. Drop off pass. Sabonis misses the layup. Adebayo at the board. Heat pushing. Davion to a trailing Bam. It's a bad pass, and Miami resets. Norman Powell drives by Achiuwa. Euro step inside. Layup good. 16-point lead for Miami. DeRozan looking for an answer. Over to Westbrook. His 3. No. Keep on letting him shoot from beyond the arc. I'm begging you. Wiggins over to Jaquez. And the Heat slow it down a little bit. Now Jaquez drives by Nick Clifford, but could not get the layup to fall. Sabonis with the rebound. He'll push. Throws it inside to Achiuwa. Achiuwa fouled inside on the block by Norman Powell. And the former Heatle will head to the charity stripe for Sacramento. First free throw good there, 92-77. If you have not already, hit that sub button, folks. We're on the road to 27,000 subscribers, under 500 away. We go live for Heat games. We got videos in between. Make sure you join the channel. 14-point game. Norman Powell driving on Achiuwa. Gets the step inside, but Achiuwa with the nice recovery, forcing the miss. Malik Monk now attacking the other way. Loses it, but Sabonis gets the loose ball. Sabonis now backing down on Jovic, who just came in from Bam. Over to Monk. Monk's 3. Good. 8 points for Malik Monk off the bench. Second 3. Wiggins now attacks. Wiggins gets inside. Finds a cutting Jaquez. Back to Wiggins. Open 3. Good offense for Miami. But Wiggins unable to put it in. Malik Monk now all the way to the rim. Throws it away. Good defense by the Heat. Jaquez with the steal. Jaime pushing to Davion. To Powell. Powell drives. Easy floater. That is layup line in practice easy. And he gets another one. Clifford with a pull-up 3. Ill-advised shot by the rookie. He can't get it to go. The Kings are borderline unraveling. Jaquez driving, spinning, kicking. Jovic, corner 3. No, and his rough game continues. Easily the worst player for the Heat tonight. And then commits a foul, grabbing Domantas Sabonis inside. Jazz beat the Timberwolves. What an odd score there. Norman Powell and Davion Mitchell head to the bench. Fontecchio and Jakucionis in. Under 5 to go here in the third quarter. Malik Monk has it. Top of the key. Step back over Jaquez. No good. Good box out there by Wiggins. Jovic flies in for the board. Nico turns it over. Jesus, dude. Now Malik Monk goes coast to coast. Drop off to Sabonis. Doubled. Sabonis drops it off to Cardwell to the corner for Monk. And what a defensive sequence for Miami, getting back in transition, forcing the Kings to reset. Nee Clifford now inside the Sabonis. Blocked inside by Fontecchio. And an air ball. A shot clock violation. I tell you what, that might have been one of the best defensive sequences I've seen all year by the Heat. Look completely beat. They get back. They are active, they rotate, and they force a shot clock violation. You got to clap it up for the Heat defense there. Jakucionis pick and roll with Jovic. Finds the cutting Gardner. Now back into Nico. Backing down on Schroeder. Jovic gets the step inside and misses the point blank layup. He is fucking horrible. Schroeder in transition. Floater. That doesn't go. And the Kings equally struggling offensively here in the last couple of minutes. Jovic in transition to the rim. Finally gets one to go. It's about time. 2 of 8 shooting for Nico tonight. He's got 5. Sabonis spinning left hook shot. No, he struggled tonight. He gets his own rebound back and puts that one up and in. Myron Gardner attacking Sabonis, resets it out to Jakucionis. Jakucionis directing traffic. Now attacks Malik Monk. Gets bumped, and it will be 2 free throws for the rookie out of Illinois. Like that attack from Jakucionis. Not often do we see him go to the rim aggressively. Most of his shots are coming on catch-and-shoot threes. He mostly just defends, takes some threes, play makes a little bit. Very rarely does he attack the rim looking to score, but he does there, and he earns 2 free throws, where he makes the first. DeMar DeRozan checks back in for the Kings. Misses the second. DeRozan, up and under. Jovic fouls. My God. This pains me because I was one of the biggest Niko Jovic supporters there was, and he is just unplayable. He really is. Like, you watch almost every Heat game that he's played in this year, and outside of like 3 of them, he has been the worst player for Miami almost every night. Like, I would say almost everyone's playing good for the Heat tonight, and then there's Nico. Both free throws for DeMar. 12-point game. Just about 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Jaquez attacking Nee Clifford. Bumped and can't get it to fall. He wanted a foul, no whistle. The Kings looking to claw their way back into this one at home. DeRozan at the top of the key. Oh, bodies hit the deck. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Dennis Schroeder pulling the arm of rookie Kasparas Jakucionis. And it's going the other way. Schroeder gets up into Jakucionis and then just grabbed his arm. Veteran tried to draw a foul, and it worked against him. Jakucionis over to Fontecchio, right wing. Physical defense right now by the Kings. Jakucionis driving, gets a step inside. Almost got the high arcing layup to go. Couldn't. Tough shot, tough angle. Kings ball. DeRozan brings it up, met by Myron Gardner, who's been real aggressive defensively. Now DeRozan looking to cook the young fella. Heat send 2. It's swung around the perimeter. It's Monk in the corner. Monk drives, bump, foul. 2 free throws coming for Malik Monk. Malik Monk's been solid off the bench tonight. 8 points, chance to get into double figures if he makes both these free throws. Gets the first. He's got 9. 11-point game. Heat led at half by 13. Nikola Jovic goes back to the bench. Adebayo back in as Monk makes the second free throw. 97-87. 5 points for Monk in the quarter. Bam, he has 10 in the quarter. Backing down on Cardwell. Double team. Out to Jaquez. Jaquez, pump fake, drive, spin. Myron Gardner now attacks. Gets by DeRozan to the corner for Fontecchio. He buries the high arcing triple. His third 3 of the game, and the Heat up 13. 9 points for Simone off the bench. DeRozan working on the rookie, Jakucionis. Over to Monk. Monk feeling it, bouncing, kicking. DeRozan driving, getting fouled, and it's right back to the line for the veteran DeRozan. DeRozan just inching his way to the charity stripe. Bam and DeRozan continuing to talk to each other. The dynamic between those two in this game has been fun. I mean, they're still yapping as DeRozan takes the free throw and makes the first. I always like when you see a couple veteran, high-level players talk, whether you want to say it's talking shit or just having a conversation throughout the game that just never really ends. It's always interesting. All right, DeRozan knocks the pair down, 189. See if the Heat go 2 for 1 here. 35 seconds remain. Jaquez looking to attack Clifford. Jaquez inside, spinning, fading away from the elbow. Air ball. Well, they went 2 for 1. 3-second differential, shot clock, and game clock. But not a good look there for Jaime as he didn't even come close. Heat can get a stop and a bucket to draw even with Sacramento in the quarter. Jakucionis defending. 5 on the clock. DeRozan 3. That doesn't fall. Bam with the rebound. Jaquez has it. 2 seconds. Over to Bam. Shot at the half-court buzzer. Oh, wow. Hit front rim. Doesn't go. That will be the end of 3 quarters in Sacramento. Heat lead by 11. They've led by double digits most of this game and will look to hold on to get a bounce-back win on the road against the 12-31 Sacramento Kings. Spam those 4s. It's fourth quarter time. Spam those 4s. Pause up. 12 minutes until the Heat hopefully get a bounce-back win. Mr. Gio, Ron Brown, Theodore. Spam those 4s. Ponyboy, Amber, Montana, Melvin, Zezus, Hot Dog. 5 minutes away from midnight on the East Coast. Ponyboy, Kane, get those 4s in the air. Let's hope Miami can close this one out with 12 more strong minutes of basketball. They've played extremely well so far tonight, shooting above 50% from the field, above 50% from three. The only knock I think I have on their game tonight is the fact they're 10 of 17 from the free throw line. I mean, they have less turnovers. They've been out-rebounded, but it hasn't been dramatic. It hasn't been dramatic, that's for sure. Wouldn't really ever know they were getting out-rebounded in this game. So hopefully they're able to close it strong and get a win on the road. Then they'll have a night off on Wednesday before taking on the Trailblazers Thursday evening. Here we go. Fourth quarter, about to begin. Finish strong, Miami. Finish strong. Heat start the fourth quarter with the ball. Fontecchio, Gardner, Bam, Jaquez, and Jakucionis on the floor. Jaquez over to Fontecchio, curling three. That one's way off, but the rookie Jakucionis with the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Bam, who swings it to Jaquez. Jaime drives, gets bumped, throws up a wild shot, and couldn't get it to go. Sacramento looking to start this fourth quarter on a run here. Outscored Miami by 2 in the third quarter. Monk steps into a three. Way off. And Adebayo secures the rebound. Bam. Directing traffic offensively over to the rookie. Kasparas drives. Swings it. It's Fontecchio. Fontecchio probes. Finds a cutting Bam. Free throw line jumper. That one doesn't fall. And the Kings look to push with Nick Clifford. Clifford slows it down and finds his veteran DeRozan. Good spin move inside. Lob to Cardwell. Comes down with it. Out to Clifford for three. And he can't knock it home. And the defensive rebound corralled by Simone. He now tries a three. Comes up short. Offensive rebound once again gathered by the Heat. Good effort by Miami on the glass here early in this fourth quarter. Bam. Driving on the rookie Cardwell. Bumped and fouled. Free throws coming for Adebayo. Love the effort from Miami in the fourth quarter. Looking like a team that knows a strong first 4 minutes here in the fourth quarter could put this bad Kings team out of their misery. Bam makes the first free throw there. He's now got 22 points. Leading scorer not only for the Heat, but in the game. Makes the second. Good to see Bam bounce back tonight after the atrocious performance on Monday against the Warriors. That's now 4 games in the last 5 for Miami where he's played at a very high level. All 3 games last week and then tonight. DeRozan working on Larsson inside, takes the contact and banks it home. He's got 18. Larsson driving quickly the other way. Blocked by Cardwell. And it's Kings ball. Schroeder in transition. Stripped by Jakucionis, the rookie with the steal. 4-on-2 break. Jakucionis over to Myron Gardner. His three, no. Larsson, offensive rebound, put back, yes. What a play by Jakucionis. And Larsson finding the glass. DeRozan. Midi, no. Rebound, Myron Gardner. Outlet to Bam. Here comes Adebayo. Bam picked up by Schroeder. Back him down, Bam. Doubled, kicked it out to Gardner, swung to Fontecchio, right wing three. Splash! Heat up 16! Largest lead of the game. 4th triple for Simone. Kings looking for an answer. Schroeder in the corner. Now Clifford. Neek drives, kicks. Schroeder attacks. Running layup. No good. Offensive rebound, Cardwell kicks out to Monk. His three-pointer is good. "13 points for Monk off the bench. Jakucionis now attacks. It's reset to Bam. Adebayo drives, gets a step inside, fouled, and right back to the line. The captain Adebayo goes. Bam has done a really good job of just attacking these slow-footed big men in Sacramento. I would have expected Adebayo to play this efficiently tonight when he's defended by Cardwell, Sabonis, and Maxime Raynaud. 3 players that do not defend at a league average level. Bam misses the free throw there. Bam splits the pair, 14-point lead. Adebayo with 25 in the night. DeMar Derozan, right wing, doubled over to Westbrook. Russ, 5 on the shot clock, attacks inside, cut off by Bam, out to Clifford. Clifford just posterized Simone Fontecchio. Timeout Miami. Holy shit, Simone Fontecchio just got sent to the Shadow Realm by Nick Clifford. Oh my goodness. That is not going to be a good highlight for Simone. That is going to be SportsCenter Top 10, Nick Clifford. First time out of the fourth quarter, we'll tell you about our sponsor for the final time tonight. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in on America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it feels good to be right. No big game today for Miami, just the regular season matchup. But with hoops every night, there is an opportunity to cash out, and you can get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 on Prize Picks. There is a great feature I love. It is injury reboots. If one of your players gets hurt in the first half and doesn't return, you will not lose. That player just gets removed from your lineup, and you can continue on and try to cash out. I've got an entry for tonight's game between Miami and Sacramento, as I always do. I'm also taking advantage of the daily special, Taco Tuesday, discounted on Luka Doncic points, down from 31.5 to 24.5. I'm pairing that up with DeMar Derozan, more 19.5 points, and more on Simone Fontecchio, 1.5 3-pointers made. And that's my 3-player entry to win 6 times my money today. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS when you download the Prize Picks app. You can get $50 instantly when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's stream again. Shout out the Rant Guy topics with a $2 super chat. Attack Bam Adebayo. I like the aggression. Go Heat. Yeah. Listen, I'm glad that he senses that he is being defended tonight by 2 inferior defenders. 3 if you count Sabonis, and he's on ultra-aggressive mode, which is the best Adebayo. He's knocked down 4 threes tonight as well, which always is going to be helpful. Bam, when he makes his threes, he's always going to play well offensively, that's for sure. 12-point lead for Miami, 8 minutes to go. Hopefully the Heat put together a good, solid 4-minute stretch here to put this one away, and it's a 20-point game with 4 minutes. Can you win the next 4 minutes by 8? You do that, this one's a good night. I'll tell you what, he'd have done a better job defending Zach LaVine tonight. Only has 15 points. Now, granted, he's 6 of 8 from the field, so anytime he's gotten looks, he's connected. But Heat are just not allowing him to get any looks off tonight. Simone Fontecchio driving in and out of the timeout, missing, but Larsson flying in for the putback slam. God, just give me 5 Pelle Larssons on a team and let's go to war. I love this kid, man. I really freaking do. DeRozan doubled. It's kicked to Clifford, corner 3. Guess who got all the way across the court to contest the shot? Pelle Larsson. I love this kid, man. He's been one of my favorite revelations on this Heat team this year. Fontecchio, corner 3. Bellissimo! His 5th of the game. Heat up 17. 5 triples for the Italian tonight. Largest lead of the game for the Heat. DeRozan doubled. It's kicked around to Monk. His three-pointer has the answer. Six and change to play. Larsson attacking Westbrook. Bodies hit the deck. Kicked out to Jaquez. Larsson and Russ sharing some words. Myron Gardner driving, kicking. Fontecchio, corner 3. No! Oh, it spun all the way around the rim, but couldn't fall. Kings in transition. DeRozan to Monk. Left wing 3. No. Rebound. Miami couldn't grab it as DeRozan came flying in. Monk spinning, willing Dervish. Good. And Erik Spoelstra calls timeout again. Still a 12-point game. Spoelstra not happy with some of the effort level on the floor. I would assume it's directed. I mean, I don't know who he could be upset at. I mean, sure, they gave up a couple offensive rebounds there, but I think everybody's playing hard. I can't pinpoint one of those 5 that weren't playing hard. I mean, both are. Larsson's playing hard. Fontecchio's moving well off the ball. Like, Spo's just a little upset. I don't know why. 480 people watching. Subscribe today if you haven't already. 27,000 subscribers is the goal. 446 away. We'll have a video out tomorrow on the latest surrounding Miami as we are officially, I think, 2 weeks away from the trade deadline starting tomorrow. Or is it February 5th? I can't remember. But either way, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Oh. Hopefully, Miami is able to close this one out, man. All right, fourth quarter action, about to get back underway. Heat up by 12, 6 minutes remain. Miami looking to get a bounce-back win after being blown out in San Francisco against Golden State last night. Out of the timeout, Nikola Jovic in, Norman Powell in, Andrew Wiggins in, Jaquez and Larsson remain on the floor. Norman Powell has it, guarded by Russ. Now Nick Clifford. Powell attacking the rookie, gets inside, hangs, and finishes with the left hand. Norman Powell with a big-time drive and finish. He's been huge for Miami tonight. 22 for Powell. DeRozan, pretty spin move, and hits the lefty bank shot over the outstretched arms of Nikola Jovic, who came on to help from the weak side. 20 for DeRozan. My prize picks officially hit. DeRozan got more than 19.5. Fontecchio way more than 1.5 threes. And Luka had more than 24.5 tonight. Good to see get a win there. 6 times my money tonight. Hopefully, if you got into the action with prize picks or anywhere else tonight, you had as good as luck as me. Good to see one go through the hoop. Norman Powell to the corner for Wiggins. His right wing three comes up short. And then the Kings throw it away. Boy, the Sacramento team is showing you why they are a 12-31 ball club this season. 14th turnover for Sacramento. After having 19 turnovers last night, Miami only has 7 so far with 5 minutes to go. Good improvement from one day ago. Wiggins with a spinning, whirling dervish layup inside. He's got 17. Real good performance for Wiggins tonight. Russ drives, drop off to Cardwell. The rookie can't get the left hook shot to go. Powell with the rebound. Norman driving all the way to the rim. Can't finish. And Sacramento with the rebound. But DeRozan falls to the deck, and he's going to be out of bounds. And Pelle Larsson rage baiting once again, trying to grab the ball from DeRozan while he's laying on the ground. DeRozan giving him a look. Larsson is fucking hilarious. Pelle Larsson is cracking me up, bro. This guy's fucking hilarious. Jovic has it over to Wiggins now. Wiggins driving on Achiuwa. Step back jumper. Hits the 18-footer. Back-to-back buckets for Wiggins. Heat up 16. Westbrook looking for the response. He has it. Just about 4 minutes to go here in this one. Miami firmly in control as long as they don't choke. Larsson driving, spinning, fouled, and one! Pelle Larsson doing it all tonight for Miami. Oh, I love what I see from the second-year man out of Arizona. Span those nines, man. He's been phenomenal. He converts the three-point play. Drive and score there by Westbrook. 15-point game. Powell looking to respond. Over to Jaquez now. Pull up three, Powell. Comes up short. Rebound Sacramento. Westbrook driving. Throws it away. Classic Westbrook. This guy is unbelievable. Timeout, Kings. What's happening here? Oh, the Kings are challenging the call. Saying it was off Miami. They're trying to say it's off Miami. Watch the replay. I thought that hit Achiuwa's arm. It was ruled Miami Heat basketball, so they would need clear and conclusive evidence. Would like to see another replay. But guess not. Still 3:35 remain. Yeah, the challenge is unsuccessful. I'll tell you the one look that I saw, I said it. Ball went off of Achiuwa's arm, it looked like. And it will stay that way. Heat ball with 3:35 to go, up 15. Look at that game from Pelle Larsson. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 7 of 8 shooting. And to go along with all that, folks, he has 9 assists. What a game for Pelle Larsson. Norman Powell throws it away on the other end, though, and here comes the Kings. Westbrook all the way to the rim, and he scoops up the lefty layup and in. It's not what you want to see out of the timeout. Lead still remains at 13 for the Heat as we got 3 minutes to go. Andrew Wiggins drives, kicks to Jovic. Jovic attacks inside, blocked, gets his own rebound, floats it up. He just airballed the floater, but Jaquez is there for the putback. Oh my goodness, Jovic has had one of the worst games I've seen. Malik Monk for 3. No. Nico grabs the rebound. Under 3 to go. Powell transition for the dagger. Oh, I think he just traveled. No, they say he stayed on the floor. Over to Wiggins. His dagger. No good. And it's Kings ball with 15-point deficit and 2.5 to go. Achiuwa, top of the key 3. No. I tell you what, the Kings have waved the white flag in terms of their effort level. They just don't seem to care anymore. Larsson over to Powell. Powell now attacks Achiuwa. Achiuwa forces a turnover as Powell throws it out of bounds. Heat are going to get a bounce-back win. Much needed as they travel to Portland for a game on Thursday. Ooh, we got a Rochester, New York shout-out. People forget that Western New York had 2 basketball teams. The Rochester Royals before becoming the Sacramento Kings and the Buffalo Braves. That franchise later became the Los Angeles Clippers. Bam back in for the final 2 minutes, taking out Nico. DeRozan for 3, knocks it down, and it's a 12-point game. Still 2 minutes to go. Miami would have to basically throw the ball away to lose this one. Jaquez finds a back-cutting Wiggins, and it is going to be out of bounds. It will stay with Miami as Zach LaVine touched it while on the baseline. Jaquez throws it away. What is Jaime doing? Kings in transition. Russ in the corner. Russ attacks on Bam. Throws out to LaVine. LaVine drives on Jaquez. Gets right by him, but is blocked. Big play defensively by Jaime. Heat out and running. 4-on-3. And DeRozan fouls Larsson, and Larsson has some words for DeRozan again, and it's going to continue to get chippy between DeMar DeRozan and Pelle Larsson. DeRozan just absolutely smacked Larsson in the head. I tell you what, I think Larsson has a case here. I think DeRozan, this is going to be a flagrant. I think it's going to be a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. He absolutely waxed Larsson, and it didn't really look like he ever went for a ball. I think this is going to be a flagrant. They're going to review it. Pelle Larsson feels like one of those guys that's like, you absolutely love him if he's on your team, but would probably be incredibly frustrating to have to play against consistently. I am glad he is on our team, folks. I mean, Larsson doesn't play. It doesn't play like Goran at all. I don't know why you would think it's a Goran Dragic comp. I mean, they don't play similar at all. The only difference, though, in my statement of Larsson being someone you love to have on your team and you don't like to play against is he's not dirty. Is he a rage baiter and tries to throw jabs at other players? Yeah, but he's not dirty. That's the difference. Flagrant 1 on DeRozan. Flagrant 1 on DeRozan, so it's free throws and ball for Miami. And that's going to do it here in Sacramento as the Heat have a double-digit lead, 2 more free throws, ball, and only a minute 24 to play. I mean, look at the 5 on the floor for Miami right now, all in double figures, all of them besides Jaquez shooting above 50% from the field. Bam better than 50, Powell exactly 50, Wiggins really well today, Larsson 7 of 8. Larsson makes the free throw too. Oh, you're just saying from a pure, like, getting hit-wise? All right, yeah, sure. But, I mean, I thought you were just taking, like, overall. I mean, yeah, Larsson doesn't play like Goran Dragic at all. Larsson misses the second. 125-112. See if the Kings put the dogs on or not. They take out Bam again and put in Jovic. Heat playing keep away here. Now they double Jaquez. Jaquez kind of just dribbling it out. Over to Jovic. Jovic, right wing 3. Dagger! Good night. If it wasn't already over, it is certainly over now. Minute to go. Heat up 16. Jovic with his second 3 of the game. Westbrook dives inside for a layup. Oh boy, Jaquez, what are you doing, brother? Throwing it away. Oh, it's going to stay with Miami? I tell you what, I thought that was off of Andrew Wiggins doing an errant pass by Jaquez, but it will stay with Miami. Wiggins drives, drop off, Jovic out to Larsson. His three-point attempt, no good. Rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. It will stay with Miami. The Heat still giving more effort than Sacramento, even though this one is in hand and over. I mean, yeah, you just could dribble this one out. I mean, the Kings aren't even defending anymore. They've given up right as well. Jaquez going to just take a pull-up midi jumper and drill it over Westbrook. 130-114. LaVine, step back three. It goes in. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. Miami will dribble it out and get a 130-117 win. Good to get a win here late on a Tuesday night. Spam those W's. Spam those W's. No matter if it's a bad team or a good team, always good to get a win on the road, especially on the second night of a back-to-back. Bam and DeRozan dap up and have a conversation post-game as it got chippy between DeMar and a lot of players tonight in Miami. Wonder if you see DeRozan and Larsson dap each other up. Probably not. Ryan, Melvin, Hot Dog, Ron Brown, Slaying Cat, Chris, all spamming those W's. Good to get a win. The heat is on, as they say. The heat is on. He improved to 23-21 on the year. Get 2 games above 500 once again. And we'll look to get another win on Thursday in Portland against the Joe Cronin Blazers. Real good performance tonight from Miami. I mean, they shot the ball extremely well. Better 50% from the field, 50% from three. They had more offensive rebounds than Sacramento. They had 5 less turnovers, 6 more assists. The only knock from me tonight with the performance of Miami is how poorly they shot it at the free throw line. Good win, though. Got to be happy with a win, no matter who it is against. Anybody can beat anybody in this league, so good to get a win. Good performances from Larsson, Powell, Bam, Wiggins. Fontecchio was great off the bench, 5 threes. Can't complain with anybody today. Can't blame anyone. The only person I will say played poorly is probably Nikola Jovic. But when you win, who cares, right? Who cares? All right, I'll do it for today's stream. It's late. It's past midnight on the East Coast. You guys enjoy your sleep tonight, folks. Go Heat. Good win. Peace out.